All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the Behringer Wing. This is a soundboard we purchased recently. It is a great soundboard. Right before that, we had the Behringer X32, but the Behringer Wing gives us a lot more functionality that I won't have time to really dig into. But what I do want to kind of explain, or definitely explain, is maybe how to think through when you're preparing, when you step in on a Sunday morning. So now we're gonna actually shift on over to our screen here. If you hit library, you can see a snapshot of a snapshot is basically saved scenes. So what ends up happening every Sunday, if we wanted to, we could save a scene, and then the following Sunday we could save a different scene. So you could choose to go that route. What I would suggest, this is our template, new routing 2022. In order to load it, we go again. You see our main screen, we hit library, we hit new routing, and then we hit load. And that loads the settings for that. When you walk in on a Sunday morning, unless you just really want to adjust something on the main template, I would refrain from writing over the main template. What you could do, what I would suggest doing instead, is to save it as a new scene. So call it whatever you want to. What I have found helpful in the past is to name it the date of the next Sunday. So let's say that, what's today's date? I don't know today's date, but let's assume today is the 23rd. So we put 4/23/22, and that would save as a brand new scene. So before you do anything, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and save that date, and then you can go in and change whatever you want to for that scene. And it does not affect what happens in our main template, new routing 2022, because it's now saved as your brand new scene right here. So with that being said, you pull from there, and I tried to include every single channel that we could need on a Sunday morning. I'm going to zoom out a little bit as best I can with this camera, and you'll see we have the podium, we have the pastor, we have the Mac, acoustic guitar, bass, keys, electric guitar. We have drums. This instrument slot is in case you have an instrument. Let's say you have a cello, or let's say you have a ukulele. So that is a placeholder for whatever you might have in the future. And all of our vocals are right here. I have myself. We have the wireless microphone, which is what I'm talking into now. And we have vocals 1, 2, and 3. If you look above, I'm going to try and zoom in here. If you look above, let's say vocal 1, it says A9. What that means is that the person that is singing in that vocal 1 slot, they are plugged into channel 9 on the stage. So there are stage boxes on the stage which correspond. There's a diagram here, and there's a diagram off screen to my right, which indicates every single channel that is located on the stage. So that is really important to know. So if you wanted to add a new microphone in, you would have to choose a channel that is set on the stage, and then it have to correspond with a channel on our soundboard. So what does that mean practically? So if we're taking 18, if we're taking this empty slot right here, and we wanted to add a new channel, we would go to routing, and then we already know, because we have a diagram on our right of what channels are already in use, right? So if, let's say we wanted this slot, we wanted our channel 18 slot, I'll show that again. We wanted this slot right here to be reserved for another vocal. So we take that, pardon my camera work here, I'm trying to talk and explain this at the same time, and it's a little bit tricky. So I take that, I hit unlock, and then I can say, okay, this is source group AES 50A. And that basically is a long-handed way of saying that is the source group of every channel that's located physically on the stage. So I want that I want this slot to be taken by A12. So what does that mean? That means channel 12 on the stage, A12. Again, they're all diagrammed on the stage. If you lift up the stage box, you'll see A12 can now be reserved for whatever, let's say I wanted that to be, let's say I wanted it to be a ukulele. So now you can see I've named it here, and it shows up right there. So now A12 is the ukulele. So that is a quick lesson of how to add a new channel to our soundboard. So for me, I'm just going to go back to our new routing 2022 because I don't really care. I don't really care to save that over what I did. I could, just for giggles, I'm going to save that over 42322. So now it's saved. So next time I pull it up, I'll see that ukulele channel. But I'm going to go back to new routing 2022, load it, and of course you see now the ukulele channel has gone because the saved template has now been loaded. The new template 2022, new routing 2022 is now taking precedence back in the soundboard. So that is a quick overview of how to do that.